cold.
Well, good evening, everyone. We are in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Man, we just came through some crazy tornadoes today. We were driving down the road, and in Oklahoma, when it gets black, it's daylight, and then it gets black, you know it's done. You know that you're in the tornado world. And then the trees started blowing, and the trucks start going sideways. And I was like, oh my God. I'm from Oklahoma. I was like, oh my God, here we go.
Well, it's that time of year, so, you know, it could just pop out at any time.
At any time. Yeah. So we're here in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the really amazing clubhouse of the Immortal Souls. Get there, pan up there and get there. So we are here with the new president, who was recently Sergeant at Arms. As a matter of fact, he's so new, they still have Sergeant at Arms on his lapel, but he is the president of Immortal Souls Motorcycle Club. This is Too Cold. How you doing, Too Cold?
I'm good.
So I just wanted to talk to you a few things. You know, we discuss a lot of stuff in our motorcycle club lives, and I wanted to talk to you about a few things. First of all, how old is the Immortal Souls Motorcycle Club in Tulsa?
The Tulsa chapter came on in 2014.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how old is the entire organization?
The Immortal Souls came in 2007. They were previously Total Chaos Motorcycle Club.
So they've been around about 10 years?
Yeah.
So how many chapters are there nationwide?
We're at 8 right now.
8 chapters?
Yeah.
Wow. So, and you've been in this town for how many years again? I'm sorry.
As a
Tulsa?
club?
Yeah.
3 years.
3 years. So you have a beautiful motorcycle clubhouse. Pan around and show the clubhouse. This thing is huge.
Well, we got lucky with it.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, we can't complain. We had a previous bike night at another establishment.
Right.
And we got lucky and found this spot, and then we're just trying to make the most of it.
So you got your own bar, your dance floor.
Yeah.
And music, and you got a restaurant back here?
Well, you know, yeah.
Wow. Okay. So I'm sure you've seen your share of adversity in the motorcycle club.
Yeah.
So what does it take to keep a motorcycle club functioning successfully, as you've seen as Sergeant at Arms and now President?
Personally, I think it's men have to be men.
Right.
You know, you have to come into this being a man at all times. You can't, but half-ass it.
Okay.
You can't be a man one day and then cry about an issue another day. Because not everything's going to go your way.
Right.
You know, it's just not going to happen like that. But you have to realize no one person is bigger than your club or bigger than your chapter. And
so when you say men being men, I think you're talking about personal responsibility.
Yeah. You got to be held accountable for the actions that you do.
Right. So as Sergeant at Arms and as President, how did you hold your members accountable, your men, when you needed to get things done?
Well, at the end of the day, I'm assuming every other club has their own bylaws. It's written in black and white, and that's what you have to go back to. There's no gray area there. There's not, we're buddies and we're friends. It's here. It's in the bylaws. We need to adhere to that, and we'll move forward.
So that sounds like a real sergeant talking. You know, you hate to have a president that was a sergeant at arms first, because they're not politicians. They see everything in black and white. So, ouch.
That's just how it goes. I mean, to be successful, you have to have rules. The rules have to be followed. You know, we're not out here just running amok with a patch on our back, you know.
Right. So what do you see as your ability to lead? What would you put as your most competent or important value as a leader?
I would like to say that I'm a good listener. I want to hear all sides of the story. I don't want to just look at one person and then make my judgment off top. I need all the evidence, you know. So I feel that I'm a good listener, and I can rationalize with the situation.
So here we come back from that strong sergeant background where They listen to both sides of the stories before they make decisions. I think that's a really neat background that you have that's carrying you forward. So what's it like to get people who are unwilling to get along? How do you make those people get along and work cohesively?
You have to find a common ground with people. Maybe have them sit down and dialogue an issue. You know, one person might not like me, but he might enjoy talking to this other person. And, you know, you got to get those people together and go from there.
Right,
You know,
right.
other words, it's not going to work. You're going to keep bumping heads. You're going to have animosity in the club. You're going to have some people who want to stick with a certain group in the club and then the other group together, and then they're going to bump heads, and that's going to tear your club apart. You know.
So you fight that. You fight the club cliques, as it were.
Yeah. If you have an issue with me, I would rather you come to me and not somebody else. We can work this issue out. I don't want to find out about it third party.
Right.
And then now I still have to come to you and ask you, hey, why you talking shit? You know.
So what is brotherhood to you, and how do you try to get brotherhood imparted among your club brothers?
Now that's a tough one there, because when you initially come into a club, you can't start off and say, hey, you know, I'm here for the brotherhood, because you probably don't know what it is. You know, somebody might need you at 3 a.m. saying, you know, you went down somewhere and they put out that phone call. Are you willing to get up and go help that brother? Or are you going to sit there and lay up with some woman, or, you know, just somebody else will take care of it, you know? And there are things like that, and I don't think everybody has it in them in the beginning, you know, and they have to work towards that and feel each other out and say, hey, if this guy needed me, I could be there for this person. No matter what, I could be there for this person. And I can honestly say the brothers that I'm around right now, they've been there for me, because I've gone down and I broke a leg. You know, I almost died that night. But my brothers were there for me. They made sure, you know, I got to the hospital. They were there in my room, you know, all night long. After my surgery, my brothers was there, you know. So I think that we've turned the corner from the beginning to where we are now. So our brotherhood has gotten a lot tighter, you know. It was rough at first, but that's with any club.
So you're a little leery of that guy screaming Immortal Souls forever, forever Immortal Souls in his first 3 months in the club.
Yeah, you know, you might just be doing that because everybody else is doing that. You don't know what it means yet. You know, you just got here. You don't know what you're saying, the meaning behind it. You know, you haven't actually gotten out on that iron. You haven't rode those, you know, those highways. You know, and that's how you get to know your brothers. You know, we out here, we just did maybe 3,000 miles in the last month and a half. You know, me and my brother T Real over there. But that's how I got to know him. You know.
So, what is the importance of actually riding steel out there to a motorcycle club?
Why did you get in the club? You know, did you get in the club just to wear this? Or did you get in the club to ride your motorcycle? You know, I was riding before I got a motorcycle. If I had to leave today, I would still be riding my motorcycle. You know?
You mean you were riding before you got in the club?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I've been riding since I was 15 years old. And I swore up and down I would never join a motorcycle club, you know. And it just happenstance, I showed up at a friend's establishment and the Souls were in there, and I liked what they were talking about. And here I am, 3 years later. I've been doing this, and I love every minute of it, you know.
So what is your background in the civilian world that you think makes you more successful or successful at what you're doing?
Well, I mean, I'm prior military. You know, I did 8 years in the Army.
We thank you for your service.
Are you just saying that?
No. I did it too. So
okay.
When I say it, I mean it.
All right.
Not a ground pounder though. I mean,
all right.
We were Navy, the real military.
All right, but you know, well, thank you for your service
I
also.
Appreciate that.
You know, but yeah, I mean, I come from a military background. I mean, almost all the males in my family were in the military,
right.
So it's just like a family thing. You know?
Right.
And yeah, I think I learned a lot of leadership in that.
Military does teach you leadership.
Yeah.
So Going forward, where do you see the Immortal Souls Tulsa chapter 5 years from now?
5 years from now, you know, I can't say I want us to grow super large, but I want it to be a tight-knit family, and that we're well known and we're out here doing what's supposed to be done the right way. You know, giving back to the community, riding your motorcycle, you know. Everything a motorcycle club is supposed to be versus what somebody saw on television. You know?
Right.
I mean, because, you know, people are watching Sons of Anarchy and giving us that bad name already.
Right.
You know, but I wanna paint us in a good light. You know.
Right.
I mean, we do charity work around the city. You know, we've gone down to the Tulsa Day Center. We've fed the homeless. We've had a Christmas raffle giveaway for kids who weren't gonna have a Christmas. You know, we assembled bikes with the Tulsa Packers and for Christmas for kids.
What's the Tulsa Packers?
It's an organization. They get together every year around Christmas, and they put together bicycles and toys and pack them up for children. And we connected with them and helped put together bicycles for Christmas. Yeah.
So in all, you say you were never going to join a motorcycle club. Now you're hooked, I suppose?
Yeah. I love it. I've gone more places being in this club than I would say if I just took a regular vacation from work.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, every chance I get, I'm on it.
Do you find that your club brothers tend to be your only friends? Do you make friends outside of the club?
No. They're not my only friends. I mean, we take a break from each other every now and then, you know. But I have friends that I've grown up with, I've known, you know, all my life, you know. And they see me in a motorcycle club, and they would never guess I joined one. You know what I mean? And they don't understand, so I have to explain it to them, the lifestyle, you know.
What does support of the MC set mean to you in terms of as being a leader of the Immortal Souls?
Well, it means a lot because when we first came on, you know, I guess I could say it wasn't super tight-knit in Tulsa. You know, I mean, I really didn't even know it existed. But every time I made a ride to go out of town, somewhere down south or somewhere up north, their communities would come out and it'd be, you know, really tight. Everybody supported everybody. And I was envious of that, and I wanted to bring that to Tulsa. I want all of our MCs to get together and have a tight-knit community like everybody else. And then instead of just meeting up at the NBR or somebody's party, we can just put out a phone call, hey guys, you know, let's just do this ride just to ride.
Right.
You know, just to represent Tulsa.
So, in the motorcycle club, when you give to your brothers, what are you looking for in return?
Well, I don't look for anything in return, you know.
Say that again?
I don't look for anything in return because he might not have it. If I have it and I can afford to give it to him, I will, because that's my brother. And that's what it's all about, you know. I don't feel that he's going to take advantage of me just because we share a patch or he's down on his luck, you know. That's why you sit back and you have family nights where you're outside of your cut. You're not always in your cut. You're not always at the clubhouse. We might go bowling, catch a movie, barbecue at the house. You know, these are becoming family members.
Right.
So if I got it, he doesn't have it, I'll give it to him. And I don't expect him to be like, hey man, you know, I'm not gonna pester you about it all the time. I understand you were in need. That's why I'm here. Hopefully, you know, if it happened to me, you would be that generous also.
Well, we certainly appreciate having you. Thank you for this impromptu interview.
Hey.
You're my first interview outside of Georgia.
Really?
Yes, sir. And we appreciate having you. And as you folks heard, when I give to my brothers, I'm not looking for anything in return. Man, where have you heard that from before? Listen, I'm Black Dragon, National President, and this is Too Cold, the president of Immortal Souls, ex-military member. Wonderful clubhouse they have here. Great food. My cameraman's eating your food. We're just having a great time here.
Glad you're enjoying that.
And we really appreciate you. Thank you, man.
All right, thank you.
God bless.
I appreciate everything.
All right.
All right.